everybody, and welcome back to the channel Fragrance Journey. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. Hopefully everybody has a blessed week coming up. Today we're going to be doing a tag video that I was not tagged on. I'm just going to jump out the window. We're going to put it down, see where this video goes. It's a fragrance collection tag, 13 questions. This video may be a little bit longer. I'm going to try to get through it kind of quick. But the first question is newest fragrance in my collection. That would be from the house of Kajal, and that would be Jewelry, which is a really beautiful rose fragrance. It's got some sweetness from vanilla. It's got tonka bean, it's got labdanum. It's also got a really beautiful patchouli note that blends with all of that in the dry down. Definitely an epic rose fragrance, one you definitely need to check out. Next question is oldest fragrance in my collection. If you've been watching the channel, you know I've only really been doing this for a year and maybe 9 months or something like that. It's coming up on maybe 2 years. And the oldest fragrance in my collection, and shout out to my brother Jay Copeland, because I always watched his reviews when I first started watching fragrance videos. And he always talked about La Nuit from YSL. I think this is more like a spicy cardamom. I think it's got some lavender, some floral notes in it too. It's actually a nice fragrance. I probably only worn it twice. I think I'm gonna get that bottle to my son, to be honest. But it's one that definitely was talked about a lot, and that was the first fragrance I picked up when we started my collection. The next question is most expensive fragrance in your collection. I could have done a couple of fragrances, but this one I think is almost $400 with shipping and everything. And this is from the house of Boadciea de Victoria, and this is Complex 2020. Beautiful bottle. The packaging is really crazy on this, man. This is definitely an interesting, more Middle Eastern fragrance. It definitely has a green herbal type vibe to it. It's also got some musky, woody nuances. It's also got some oud in it too. I think this bottle is like $373. That's not even counting the shipping. And Boadciea shipping is kind of high. I think it's maybe like almost $50. So you're looking at over $400 for that bottle. But definitely a nice fragrance, but I don't know if anything is really worth that much money, but it's definitely a dope fragrance, and one that not a lot of people talk about. Next one up will be most affordable or cheap fragrance. This is one I picked up on eBay for about 20 bucks, and this is actually a dope fragrance, and one that I was shocked. I think I was talking to my brother Mr. Oz and maybe my brother Beyonder about this, and they told me it was nice. I found it for like 22 bucks, maybe 17 bucks to be honest. It's from the house of Jean Desprez, and it's Bal Al Versailles, and this I think was Michael Jackson's signature scent. This is a beautiful amber. It's got some real sweet resonance vibes to it. It's also got a vintage, like musky, animalic kind of dry down. I think this is a super dope fragrance. If you can find this for like 25 bucks, definitely add this to your collection, because it's definitely a really nice fragrance. The next question is easy reach fragrance, and this is a fragrance I reach for a lot, and even when I'm just around the house chilling. I think this is definitely signature scent worthy, and I think it's just straight up dope. I mean, it's well put together. They put a lot of time into making this fragrance, I know. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Zaharoff Signature Pour On. And this is a beautiful, like, to me, I get a barbershop vibe with this one. Like lavender, it's got some oud in it. It's got some other notes, but I think this is just something that you can just spray on whenever you want. You should definitely have this in your collection, because this is like, to wear this to the office is like super dope. It's gonna get you compliments. It's not gonna offend anybody, but it smells good, and it is a little bit complex. It's not a linear fragrance at all. Shout out to George, super dope guy, and that is definitely one I reach for the most in my collection, to be honest. Next one up is favorite bottle design. This one's pretty easy. It's my favorite perfumer who did this fragrance. One of my favorite perfumers. He's got to be at least top 3. And this is from the house of Sara Baker, and this is Jungle Jezebel. This was a bottle that I saw online, and I knew I had to get it. I couldn't find this for a really good price when it first came out, because man, people were really on this. And the fragrance is even more amazing. It's so unique. It's one of a kind. It definitely matches up with the outside appearance of the bottle. This is banana, it's bubblegum, it's civet, and it also has a really, really elite tuberose note in this fragrance that not a lot of people talk about, but this is a dope fragrance, and the bottling on this is really sick. I always keep this in my collection, and I always keep this one in the front so people can see it. People come over to the house, they come up to my upstairs to the room where I keep my fragrances, and they always see that bottle and they trip out. It's definitely a dope bottle and a dope fragrance. The next one up is smallest bottle. The smallest bottle in my collection will be this bottle, and this is from, I would say, the house of Perfumology. I guess it's near guy, and this is Clutch. And this is another fragrance that when I first got it, I wore it. I don't wear this as much as I wear the Zaharoff pour Homme, but when I first got this one, I wore it a lot. Man, this is like a leathery, zesty ginger. Man, this is just so good, man. I definitely need to wear this more often, but this is a dope fragrance. If you ain't got your nose on that one, this is epic, man. I think this got the note of ginger in it, but it's just done so well, and it almost gives off this leathery type vibe. Really dope fragrance. The next question is the biggest bottle. I mistakenly bought this bottle. I didn't even know what the fragrance was when I bought it. I just saw it on Macari or somewhere, and I picked it up, and now this is my favorite fragrance of all time. This is Leather Oud, and this is I don't know, I think this may be a 250 ml, I think. I wish I could get the humongous bottle, the huge, I don't know if that's like a 400 ml or something like that. But this is leather. This has some woody notes. I think this got cedar wood. This also has a heavy pissy civet. It's also got some sand in it, if I'm correct. But man, that's an all-time great. This is a 2010 bottle, so this is the original formulation. This is epic elite stuff right here, man. This stuff will make you grow chest hair. The next one up is favorite fragrance memory. This is a fragrance that I was gonna sell, but a couple months ago I had to lay my play brother to rest. Really tough day for me. Me and him been best friends since I moved to Memphis when I was young, 7 or 8, something like that. We've been friends ever since. We were like inseparable, and to hear about him passing really hit me hard. Excuse me. And I had to speak at his wedding, and I decided to wear Rosendo Matue No. 5. And the weird thing about it was when I was spraying it, I was putting my suit on, I was spraying it on. My wife was like, I can't smell it. Because I was like, can you smell me? She kept saying she couldn't smell me, so I kept spraying. Next thing I know, I'm 25 sprays in. I'm projecting like crazy. And I just remember being at that funeral, seeing him at his going home ceremony, and just smelling this fragrance, and it just left a good lasting memory in my mind. I miss him every day. And a lot of times I come up here and I smell this fragrance, and I instantly think of him. So this is definitely a fragrance that I enjoy, and I'm gonna always keep this in my collection because it makes me think of my brother. So always gonna keep this. This is definitely one of my favorite fragrance memories. The next one is worth the hype. A lot of people have not heard of this fragrance. It is hyped up amongst OGs in the game that know about this juice. I was put onto this juice by my OG, Roger Really Cool. And this has a cult following inside the fragrance community amongst the people that actually are really deep in the game. And the fragrance is Cuir Velours, and this is from Naomi Goodsir. And this is a fragrance that I don't spray a lot because this is hard to come by. This is suede, this is boozy notes, I think this is labdanum, it's tobacco. Man, it's just so sweet, almost smoky suede with some tobacco and boozy notes. This is epic, man. This is epic juice. One I will always keep in my collection, and definitely worth the hype. Not worth the hype. This one's gonna be short. This is one that blew up in the fragrance community. Everybody talked about this fragrance. It was the greatest thing ever. The best vanilla fragrance. The fragrance I'm talking about is Nishane Ani. If you can see that, that's only been sprayed maybe twice. I sprayed it on once and I sprayed it on my wife. Not worth the hype to me. I didn't even review this fragrance, to be honest. I think it's a nice fragrance. I think the opening is okay with I think it's got like some creamy bergamot or lemon on the opening with vanilla. The dry down I think is good. I do not think that fragrance was worth all the hype that it got in the fragrance community. There are many fragrances that I have smelled that are way better than that from the house of Nishane Ani, and nobody talks about them. So I really didn't get it, but that's the beauty in this game. Everyone likes different things. So if you like that, shout out to you. I don't think it's worth the hype, but that's just me. The next question up is favorite fragrance house. I guess my favorite fragrance from my favorite house. My favorite house at the moment, and this house is super expensive, so I can't afford a lot of the fragrances. But when I can get my hands on some, I will, even if it's a 9 mil, because I just enjoy them so much. They're so well blended. All the notes are so natural to me. And this has this opened my nose to the note of frangipani. The house is Bortnikoff, and the fragrance is Oud Sinharaja. This has a note of frangipani in it that's so creamy and so beautiful. It just opened my eyes. This is one that I smelled at first sniff. I was in love. I got a sample from somebody, and I think it was Lucky Scent. I instantly just fell deeply in love with this fragrance. This is such an amazing, amazing fragrance. This is up there to me. Maybe this and Muscovy from this house are just so good. But this frangipani note is so elite in this. It's definitely worth, I think this little bottle is like $3.50. But man, this is good stuff. The last question is, I think most used fragrance. And this is a fragrance I don't talk about a lot. I think I reviewed this one. I think I did. And this is, I think they're from Morocco. I think that's maybe where this house is from. It's Ideo Parfumeurs, and this one is Prison Blues. And this is one of my favorite patchouli fragrances, and I wear this a lot. It's so vintage, so masculine, so shirt open, chest hair popping out type swag. Man, this is just like so vintage. I think this has some oud in it too. But man, this is such a good fragrance, and one that I spray this on sometimes 2 times a day. Like I may throw some on in the morning time, but by the time I get home, I take a shower, go to the gym, take a shower. I throw this on, I wear this a bunch. This is actually my second bottle of this, so definitely something that I wear a lot. And those are my answers to the 13 questions in this fragrance collection tag video that I wasn't tagged by anybody on. I'm not gonna tag anybody else. If you're watching this video and you're a reviewer, definitely, jump out the window. I'd love to see everyone's answers to the 13 questions. If you can, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you can, share the video. That also helps the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when I release my videos. That also helps the channel. Again, I love you guys. If you woke up today, you're definitely winning. And I'm out. Peace.